Good morning, welcome to another Nick's Community Kitchen. Hope you had a good weekend, made the best of it. Today we're going to do something nice and simple, something that you could do as an alternative to breakfast or brunch, or alternatively something different for your main courses. You could even have it just as a lunch sort of a snack. But a Rosti. You see Rosti a lot on restaurant menus. Don't know if you've ever tried one, but I'll take you through the stages. I'm going to do it in the principle of a brunch, so something you can plan up to for the weekend, with some smoked sausage, some bacon, poached egg, but the main element is a Rosti. So we've got a little grater box, some peeled potatoes, and I'm going to very simply just put them through the grater. On the stove here, I've just got some water ticking over, and I've got my trusty non-stick pan on a very low heat. I've got a cutter or a cooking ring, not essential, but if you've got one it will just tidy things up. So, main element, Rosti potato. Just grate it through the coarse grater. Watch your fingers with the graters. Silly little accidents that happen off the graters. You'll notice straight away that there'll be a lot of water generated from the grating of the potato. One of the areas which makes a good Rosti or fails a Rosti is the next stage. And this is a little tricks that we're hopefully giving you while we're doing these videos that give you a little insight into the professional chef world. You might already know this, but it's one of those silly little tips that might just help. So I'm not going to do too much. So grated potato. Now you're probably thinking straight away, of course it's Rosti. The trick with this next bit is with the make or break of a good Rosti. Get a nice clean tea towel. Put your grated potato in the tea towel. This isn't really a job you can get done beforehand because it will discolour. Right, make a little ball. This is the bit of that look. That's all the water, the acidic water from the potatoes. It's amazing how much water comes out of potatoes. Alright, I'm going to just turn that into another piece of the dry tea towel. I think I've pretty much got that, but look at that. There's no way that with that much liquid it would fry and turn into a crispy Rosti. Pop that into the sink. Right, next key bit, you do not wash the potatoes. So we've got rid of the water, but we've kept the starch. Starch is the bit that will keep it all together. The next bit really is really easy. You could put anything in this. You could keep this totally vegan. You could put other vegetables, root vegetables, parsnips. But I'm going to do a little brunch idea. So just a thin slice of onion. Again, recipes will go on the Greenbank website. Again, think your ratios. We've got a little bit of bacon that's left over from yesterday's breakfast. Again, don't be too chefy. And I've got a little smoked pork sausage, just a very sort of standard fare snack sausage. Yeah, nice and simple. down into bits. There we go. Right. Salt and pepper. Remember, as I've said before, with potatoes, you can over season because the starch will suck the seasoning out and you won't get the effect at the end. A little bit of olive oil. You can, if you want at this stage, put melted butter through it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But there you just have a really simple sort of straw potato mix with your flavours in there. You can put garlic in there, you can spice it up, you can put the Cajun spice, anything you want. Right, so next is really easy. A little bit of olive oil. The way I do this, you've got to be careful with your fingers now. But just put your ring inside. That pan's already quite hot. Now, at this stage, remember that you want, there's two ways, especially chefs do Rostis. You can have a quite a thick, almost potato cake Rosti, but often you'll need to finish that in the oven. Traditionally, a Rosti is just very thin, very crispy. And as you see, I'm pressing this down, and all the volume of the potato is in the starch, is reducing. So you get a nice compact little potato cake. Right, turn the heat up a little bit. Don't be afraid of oil at this stage. Right, something simple, really easy, but again, sorry, I'm too close to the camera. Something simple, poached egg. My thing with poached eggs, plenty of water. Don't be stingy on the water, even for one egg. Fill up a decent sized pan. White wine vinegar, just to help the whites come together. Twist of salt if you want it, alright? But as you see the temperature there, the vinegar, just that injection of cold from the vinegar has taken it down to a simmer. Give the water a stir. Pop in your egg. You'll see that the egg white, with the whirling of the water and the vinegar, already starts to come together. Back to our Rosti. Very careful. Over she goes. Again, remember, everything is hot during this, but just press it down again in your ring. And you'll notice that I haven't used any butter in this pan. If you use butter, butter and oil, what they call is a flash point. So the timing of it catching and burning with butter is far higher than the oils. You want it to be crispy and golden brown, but you also want it to cook through. You are taking away your time dramatically if you use butter. So, I've got our poached egg. If I can find, there we go. see the poached eggs coming together. And the Rosti's cooking really lovely. I'm just going to finish this off. So if you can imagine now this is brunch. At this stage you could have these Rostis already done. And then you could just regen them in the oven, or you can put them back in a pan. At this stage you could have them done and they won't brown. Again, you'll probably notice I'm a bit of a fan of spinach, so I've just got a bit of spinach, rip it up in my hand. Twist the pepper. A little bit of oil just to take off the checking my egg. Alright, literally a minute on the egg. Right, so I'm going to turn the Rosti pan off. And I'm going to turn the egg pan off. So all the heat's gone. So, carefully again. Pop your Rosti out. Got a little bit of ham. Could be smoked bacon, could be any bacon. Spinach. Just going to let that drain for a second. The yolk's nice and runny. Always for me a twist of pepper. There you go. Proofs in the pudding. There we go, look. Beautiful smoked sausage and bacon Rosti, poached egg, spinach. Enjoy your week, have a good week, stay safe, see you on Wednesday.